Most people in 2023 in the TTRPG hobby, they don't know what the word Pantheon means. When you put the word in the title of a video, many people won't understand what it means or what the video's about unless you mention like a pantheon as it relates to gods, because what does the word pantheon really mean? It means of all gods. Why do I mention that? Because imagine one of these new people wanting to make their own world. They're sitting there going, how do I really make up gods? Am I supposed to just take one from another setting, like copy and paste? And I would tell them, no, it's really, really easy. What is confusing those people is language that they don't understand. But here is some good news. I can break this down in language that you're going to understand so you can make deities, gods, whatever you want to call them, for your own world, for your own setting, for your own realm. Screw it, let's just make up a god here. We'll call the god Zambo. We'll say there's like a world of gods, and when a god dies, that god becomes a universe. And in that universe, that god will survive and create and everything else. And so, out of nowhere, what did I just do? I made a sort of world, a universe where all the gods might be, and then they die, you know what I mean? They go away, but they really don't go away. They create a universe each. So now we have a multiverse. And we have a god that we're going to call Zambo. At this point, what could we do? We could say that god makes everything. You know, the stars, all the planets, you know, everything. Or maybe that god makes other like half gods who will do all the work for the god. What am I really doing here? Are you catching it? I am starting at a basic layer. You know, layer 1, the basic. And then I start to slowly build layer upon layer. I don't even have to use difficult real world language. You can use common sense, really easy language, and you're just building. You understand the layers. That's all that matters. You now can create the language and words you want to use to say it means this. Remember, you're making a fantasy world. After the world is created, however you come up with it, you can make multiple gods. They can have a war against each other. They can make multiple gods or angels that fight each other. Lots of layers, right? Leading up to the planet where the game is taking place. Maybe one core god or the core god made that planet and he smashed into the planet or smashed something into the planet, creating life and creating multiple humanoid creatures, right? Like elves and dwarves and humans. Again, you see, layer upon layer, but it's easy to understand the layers if you are the one building it. So don't get scared off by really difficult language that you haven't learned about and that you don't understand. You can use your common sense to make anything in the game. Think, the idea of starting basic and then layering everything on yourself. Don't start from the top, right? Like trying to figure out other people's work to add to yours, and then you got to try to connect everything. So you're starting at the top and trying to go down to the basic area to see if everything works. Start yourself. Start with the basic and then layer everything on top. So when you finally bring something into the system, you'll understand the world, you'll understand everything you made, and you'll probably understand an easier way of, customizing that so it works with what you already have. And that's how I do everything. I build my worlds that way, I build my games that way, I build all my campaigns, adventures that way. It's start with at the basic area, and then layer on. And then you understand the layers, right? Everything is really common sense at the base area. So when you go down to the most basic starting point and then you layer on, what would seem difficult to many people outside of that won't seem difficult to you at all. Anybody can do this. Even the less intelligent people in the room. They just need to put in effort. You might not have the most creativity and you might not be the most creative person, but guess what? We all have a creative side. I promise you this. We all have some creativity. And if we understand how to process that and put that out, which is what I'm hoping I'm teaching here, well, then you can get that out and you can make the thing you want it to make for you, for your players, for whatever. Anyway, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.